Hi, hi, hi. Welcome to your Friday the 13th Daily Divine. Here to support our soul shine. My name's Lisa Lyle. This is my channel here on YouTube. A very warm welcome back to all of those of you who have been here for a while. And of course, a very warm welcome to those of you who are new. So, how are we all doing on this Friday the 13th? Ooh, haven't we been conditioned to believe that this is a scary day and a scary number? Well, I'm here to share with you that that is not the truth. 13 is actually a very sacred number. It is the number of the divine feminine, Mother Earth, Pachamama, dear Gaia, the planet in which we walk upon and live and breathe upon at this time. And so this is an incredibly powerful day. And to have a Friday the 13th in Virgo season is highly auspicious. So let's just get this Palo Santo going. All right. If you're new here and you haven't yet subscribed, or even if you've been here for a while and you haven't yet subscribed at 111, make a wish. Please do take a moment to subscribe to the channel. It greatly supports the Thrive. And doing so will get your name entered into a free reading giveaway, which is done on a monthly basis. And the next draw will be 21st or 22nd of September. And yeah, and all your comments, every time you comment, your name also gets entered into the draw. So please do, let's engage, let's grow this community. We've been growing beautifully through the spring and summer of this year, and I'm looking forward to continued exponential expansion over the coming days and weeks and months. So at this time, I'd like to ask that I am a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind. So, okay, we're just going to get right into it. And just let me move this. So, actually, they're asking me to put the cards back in from yesterday. I had left them out to see if they wanted to expand on them. And I'm getting the guidance now that no. So we are moving in, well, it's Friday the 13th. We're moving towards our Pisces full moon lunar eclipse at 25 degrees on the 17th, which is Tuesday. And what else is going on? Is this the last weekend of Virgo season? No, we may have one more. This actually may be the last weekend of Virgo season. So really harnessing this energy of Virgo, you know, cleaning up our act inside and out, showing up for ourselves in the ways that we would like others to show up for us. No one will show up for ourselves in the ways that we desire unless, of course, we are doing that for ourselves. So let's just see, tuning into the collective energies currently on Friday the 13th, the day of the goddess. Do we have any more Friday the 13th this year? They're asking me to look. So let me look. We may have another one before the end of this calendar year, 13th. Yes, we do. In December, we have another Friday the 13th. Ah, how beautiful. And then we won't have another until June of 2025. So really harness the energy of this powerful day. So today would be a great day to get outside in nature, to be barefoot, to really, I'm really feeling like this. It's funny that I was guided to put a dress on this morning because I'm literally going to have to change to go to the JOB. Um, but I feel like today is about embracing our femininity, really embracing, whether we're male or female, we both have masculine and feminine aspects. I mean, the right side of the body is masculine, the left side is feminine. So, we don't need to be confused by what we actually are with respect to male or female. Double X or XY. We don't have to be confused about that, because in essence, every single human alive has aspects of the masculine and feminine, regardless of um, what the chromosome structure looks like or what body parts they're sporting. So today feels very much like a day to really embrace the feminine aspects of who we are, and really I just really feel like there's this almost, I keep hearing Romancing the Stone. If you're old enough, you might remember that movie. It was like I think it was a Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark. I think it was in that series. But romancing the soul, okay? We're really about romancing our own soul. And so are you showing up for yourself to do that? Creation is the first card that we've got out, and it is the beaver moon. I don't know when we had the beaver moon, and I don't know why that makes me chuckle, but it's a 39, which comes to a 12 energy. This is the energy reminding you and I that we are the channels of light. 12 is also the hanged man energy. So hanged man is this Piscean energy. And the hanged man is very wise, because he literally put himself in the tree and hung himself upside down to contemplate and reflect. So this really feels that we're in that powerful time of contemplation and reflection. And, in my personal experience, recently, in the midst of the move that we have going on, in the midst of the cleaning out and there's so much to do when you're moving. And it really feels like there's also stuff that's coming up for us with respect to relationships, friendships, the things that we have in our life. Are they supportive? Are they a balanced give and take? Because you can't fake balance. You can't fake balance, right? You're either grounded, and, with balance comes consistency. That's so funny. With balance comes consistency. And so in this world and in our interpersonal relationships, is there the balance give and take? The giving is the masculine energy, the receiving is the receptive feminine energy. And even though we are in female bodies or male bodies, we may not be able, as women, we may not really be open to receiving, because unfortunately, many of us women grew up in a time, and everybody who's alive now is dealing with the fallout and the effects of the feminist movement, right? Rah, rah, we are women. We're going to burn our bras and we want to be the same as men. Bullshit. We're not the same. Let's face it. I don't care. We can have long conversations about this. The reality is we're not the same. And unfortunately, because we've been told we are the same from external forces who know very well that we aren't the same, we're at this place where many women are takers. They don't know how to receive. They'll just do it themselves. I am woman, hear me roar. I'm going to do it all myself, and screw the man. I don't need you. Yes, we do. We need one another. And this nonsense has to stop. And, there's a real imbalance between the true divine partnership of the male. I'm just going to talk about men and women coming together. I know that, there's a lot of, male on male relationships and women on women relationships. And as long as they're loving and kind, we don't have any business about what people do in their bedrooms or in their homes. Just one second. I've got to go put my stuff in the oven for my son. Just one sec. I'm back. Okay, so, it doesn't really matter what goes on in someone's home, in their bedroom. Ultimately, divine union is about two people coming together to create and co-create this beautiful life, this beautiful love, this beautiful family. And, this is the message that we're receiving, is that our dreams need a practical plan. This is the full moon in Taurus, which we will be having in November. Yes, in November. So it feels like between now and November, it's really important to, if you're feeling like things aren't coming together, you don't know which is the next step to take. This is a time, this is a weekend to begin to put your plans in place so that you begin to see truly the manifestation of your dreams coming to life by the time we hit this full moon in Taurus, which I do believe is in November. And when you look at this card, I'm really drawn to the colors on the card, the pink and the green. This is really speaking about heart healing. And it's also speaking about living from the heart space and the heart space that is healed, as well as having the oversoul come into the experience and guide the experience. Your higher self is guiding the show, and it's time for you to put into practice what you know and to put a plan in place that's going to take you step by step by step to the dream that you are now manifesting. And communication is key. And this card came out when I was speaking about, we may have relationships, situations, friendships, these kind of relationships in our life. And if we're not communicating, if we're not being honest with one another, then, what is this relationship? What is the foundation of the relationship? And if I don't express my needs to a partner, how are they going to know what I need? If I do not show myself the same care and compassion and love that I expect another to show me, how am I going to receive what I deserve? So communication, and here we have the new moon in Gemini, and Gemini, like Virgo, is Mercury ruled, right? So Mercury is the planet of communication. It's that big, slow moving planet, right? And sometimes, especially with Mercury retrograde, and we will have another one. I've written it somewhere, but in the midst of the move, I'm not sure where it's gone. But we will have another Mercury retrograde to end out the Gregorian calendar year of 2024. And so this really feels like, if you need something, express it. If you have something to say, express it. And if you can do it from your heart space, it's going to be all the more powerful. It's going to be received better on the other end, because we are both the transmitters and the receivers, right? And it's funny that word stone came up. And it's funny, it says mutable moon, and Virgo is a mutable sign, right? So going with the flow, going with, nothing is set in stone. And so it feels it's coming back to your dreams need a practical plan, right? So what is your plan, and what are the steps? I'm feeling like stepping stones. What are the stepping stones that are going to get the dream to come to life, right? Blowing, yeah, the breath of life into our dreams. So whatever you believe, whatever you think you can achieve, you can achieve. So let's just see what messages want to come through from the Shaman's Dream Oracle. It's quiet here today on the live, so I'm literally talking to myself. Yes, the eye of the needle. We've had this recently, and it's a number 17, which comes to an 8. We're in a universal 8 year. And this is all about the self. And it does feel like there's a very narrow path that we are here to walk. And it's like, if you've ever threaded a needle, I don't know how many people like modern day thread needles, but I certainly remember having to thread the needle in home ec class and that kind of stuff. And it's not easy, right? To get that thread to go right through that hole without it like becoming flimsy and stuff. You usually have to put it in your mouth and wet it and then put it through that hole, feed it through. And so it feels like there's something here that it's almost like you're missing the mark a little bit. We're missing the mark. And the mark is the arrow shooting from our heart. And so we're missing them. So if we're in our head, we're going to miss the mark, right? Because the arrow is meant to come from the heart. It was 1551 there, that mirror image, the sacred path of service that we are here on. And it is a narrow path because as a soul, as a conscious being, we have already set the course in this lifetime. And to be human is challenging, right? To be human is wrought with emotion, with pain, with heartache, with joys, with sorrows, all of it. It's the full-on experience with good stuff, the delight to all the senses. And so it's really important that we create a plan, create a step-by-step action plan, and put our intentions behind it. What are we looking to see manifest? What are we looking to see grow in our experience? And focus on that. This is almost like tunnel vision and focus as well. I'm always encouraging take the blinders off, but sometimes the path of the heart is very straight and narrow. It's the walking in the gray, which balances the black and white, if you will. And this feels incredibly powerful when you set your intentions on your heart's desires, what it is you're truly here for. It's like your soul is coming into power in the human experience each and every hour. So that's incredibly powerful. What is also incredibly powerful is this Me Talks card, number 39, 239s, 1212. You are a channel of light. It's up to you to live your delight. It's up to you to care for your physical vessel. It's up to you to make choices that support the well-being of your physical vessel, mind, body, spirit. Right? We're all in one here in the human form. Repairing the body, mind, and spirit. It's like that trinity of our experience, right? And then we've got the wall. So it feels like some of us are feeling like we're up against a brick wall, right? We can't see our way over the wall. Perhaps we're feeling a little Humpty Dumpty and we're going to fall off the wall. What I'm really feeling from this is that it's important to spend time in reflection, contemplation, and meditation. And those obstacles that obstacles are often nothing more than perceived in our mind. And so we create, like, there's this great meme out there, and it's a big horse, and there's a plastic chair, like a white plastic chair. And the horse isn't even tied to the chair. It's just got the lead on the chair. And the horse is just standing there. It's not moving, right? Because it believes it's tied to the chair, which is a lie. And lie is right there in that word believe, right? So all the horse needs to do is literally move and they're free. And so that feels like for a lot of us too, like if we're feeling like, oh my gosh, there's all these stumbling blocks, roadblocks, forks in the road, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And so we make choices as we go, right? Because we are the light. We are the light. There is no light at the end of the tunnel. We are the light at the end of the tunnel. We are the light that needs to funnel through the experience of being human so that we understand that sometimes obstacles are nothing more than the boogeymen or the stories that we have made up in our mind about a situation, about particular relationship or whatever it may be. So, and this is an 11 energy. So this is like, you're a master. Stop making excuses. Stop putting yourself second, and really step into your mastery. And today, on Friday the 13th, would be a fantastic day to do that. You are supported by the loving energy of the Divine Mother. The essence of the feminine supports you in coming into your power, because in fact, it is the divine feminine. It is the women of the Western part of this world that are called to rise. Stop allowing yourself to support bullshit. You support a woman just because they're a woman? Do your research. Look into things, people. Come on. Many of us are better qualified to be leading the show, if you will, in a really humane way forward for all of the children of light. 2112 there. Yes. Oh my God. A nurturing heart. Mother. Number 19. This is that sun energy. This is this energy here. Similar vibe. It's the solar power coming online. The mother, get to the mother, get to earth, allow yourself to nurture yourself, show up for yourself, love yourself. You know, yeah, we may be the lone wolf, although wolves do travel in packs. Oftentimes, the leader of the pack spends a lot of time in solitary, reflecting, getting their bearings straight, this kind of stuff. This really feels like, by honoring your intuition, by trusting your heart, it's like, this is the way to go. This is the way to go. Hi, Jen. How are you? How are things going? I've missed you. Aw. But this is so perfect. It says, I am a protective spirit and reach out to all life with love and compassion. I am a protective spirit and reach out to all life with love and compassion. I am a protective spirit and reach out to all life with love and compassion. And if our compassion does not include ourself, it is incomplete. Okay? So let's get a couple more consciousness cards. Conscious vision, I believe they're called. Ooh, I'm sweating. Okay, so 3 cards came out. So reach for your dreams. I believe we had this yesterday. It's that 30 energy. It's the energy of creation, co-creation. I am the creator of my own dreams and achieve them with confidence. Remember the obstacles, the perceived obstacles. And if you're perceiving obstacles, your dreams need a practical plan. Your dreams need a practical plan. So what can you put in place to reach for your dreams, to bring your dreams into your experience? I am the creator of my own dreams and achieve them with confidence. I am the creator of my own dreams and achieve them with confidence. This is perfect. Coming up to the full moon, we've got the release card. So this weekend, beginning today, because the full moon's on Tuesday, today is Friday. Yes, good, Jen. I'm so happy. Yeah, life usually has us going back and forth and doing a little side step, jiggity jig, jiggity jig. Yeah, I hear you, sis. Like, I really, really do. And what I'm feeling with this release card, so beginning today is the 13th, and then we've got the full moon on the 17th. Take some time over the coming days to put your steps, write them down. What do you need to do? How are you going to do it? Like in the midst of this move, that's what I'm doing. There's lists everywhere because when we've got a lot going on, the brain can't, retain everything. And so making lists of what we need to do is really going to support us. It's going to help me not to forget things that I don't want to forget here, and things that I need on the other end to make the transition smooth for my fur babies and my human child. So it's really important that we release what is cluttering, if you will, the obstacles that prevent us from living and experiencing the purity of our heart, which is pure joy, the pure joy of a child, innocence, magic, inspiration, and imagination. This is a 28, so it comes to a 10. So it's that Wheel of Fortune energy, or combined that Fool and Magician energy. And it feels like this release is really going to support our ability to leap in heart first onto the path of our dreams. There are no obstacles. Um, yeah. Yeah. I try. And sometimes I cry, like that's the reality of it. I had a little cry last night. It lasted like 10 seconds. And then I was like, okay, I'm over that. But, I'm really also feeling here to let you know that your angels are with you as you move through this process. So if you're feeling confused or you're feeling unsure of what it is you're called to let go, have some conversation with your angels, talk to God, and it will become clear if you get quiet enough to listen. So for many people, it's like creating the space to be quiet enough to listen. And it says, I release that which does not serve my higher purpose with gratitude and love. I release that which does not serve my higher purpose with gratitude and love. I release that which does not serve my higher purpose with gratitude and love. And trust that when you let go, um, yeah, yeah, these moves are great for us, Jen. That's what I know. As back and forth as we may feel, and as discombobulated and confused, like literally, if I turn this camera around and you could see the state of this place, it's like, yeah, this is why the camera's this way until we finish moving here, because I don't need you to see all that other stuff. Yet they yeah, the angels do love us, and we are, those of us who are in this moving phase, it's like we're being transported to exactly where we need to be. Like, I can't believe I have moved across the street and can literally see from my bedroom window an Indigenous healing community circle, like a community center. I am so excited and know that I am being moved to a spot where I can really flourish and grow. And a lot of the pressure of being human in this messed up world where, the expenses are through the roof, this is taking a lot of the pressure off of me. And so it's exciting. And so as unnerving as our moves can be, they're also very exciting. They're filled with love because our angels are guiding us. Our angels are taking us to where we need to be. Like, you don't understand how lucky I feel, uh, lucky, truly lucky I feel that I was to get this place. Like, it's a gem. It's a gem. And none of the regular checks and balances were done. I was just basically, I applied, and 3 days later I was told it was mine. They never checked anything. I didn't even provide all the documents that they asked for. And I still got it. And it's because it is divine intervention, if you will. The divine wants me to shine in that space specifically. And the divine wanted to have me experience all these wow, aha, oh my God, this is perfect moments, which I did. And so, change is never easy for us. And yet it can be so liberating, right? It can be so freeing. Yeah. Yes. And Jen, you and I are both on to bright and beautiful futures. Of that, there is no doubt. No doubt. And to wrap this up today, we've got the crown chakra at 26, which is another 8 frequency. Okay, so perhaps the eye of the needle is the guidance coming in from source above, and we are to bring it down into our experience and send that threads out through our heart into the world. This feels like, again, yesterday we had the meditation card, and this is feeling the same idea of the meditation card. Taking some time. How do we actually know what's ours or what's not ours when we're always in our mind? We're always busy all the time. We don't have 5 minutes to breathe. And I have found for me at the end of my day, like most of you know, I work afternoons, and at a job, it's just a job, right? It's just honestly a paycheck. And that's what it is. This is my love. This is my passion. This is my mission. And it's not work, it's a joy. And so in the way my life is structured around the job hours is when I come home at night, I take the dogs for a walk, and then when we come home, I put them in, I put the kettle on, make a cup of tea, and move myself outside to sit on the veranda for an hour, maybe 2 hours sometimes, just listening to the night sights and sounds and unwinding. Perhaps I go stand on the grass a little bit, look up at the sky, get my Sky Guide app out, see what stars I'm looking at, what planets I'm looking at. And this is my time to unwind before I go to bed and rest. So I do feel like a big part of the call with the Me Talks card here, the creation card, the release card, the nurturing heart, mother card, and 2 cards that tell us to go for our dreams. I really feel like there is a need for us to truly create some space where we can just simply breathe. 32 there. The divine masculine supports the divine feminine on this day of the goddess, this Friday the 13th. And yeah, it feels, I'm hearing if you blink, it's going to be over. So really, it's like that thread, the eye of the needle. This is the day where we are being called. Yes, where we are being called to show up for ourselves. We are always called to show up for ourselves. Today, though, it is auspicious because it is Friday the 13th. Don't be afraid. And this is how this world that we live in, how they've inverted everything, right? Because if you remember, there's those scary movies, Friday the 13th, Jason, with the mask, I mean, they were kind of unnerving back in the day when I watched that kind of stuff. At the end of the day, as we've grown, and for years and years and years, I really, because of the move, I haven't been prepared, but normally I would host an event on Friday the 13th and do a grounding with Gaia meditation. So stay tuned for that on December the 13th, because it's going to be a Friday as well. So I will definitely make sure that I create something for all of us to really tap into and tune into on that day, because it's incredibly powerful. Just like us, it's nothing scary or evil about that number. It is the number of the feminine. It's us. right? And it's us to recognize the power in that number. It's up to us to recognize our own personal power. So let's see what this says. I know I am a part of Source and my life is guided by divine wisdom. I know I am a part of Source and my life is guided by divine wisdom. I know I am a part of Source and my life is guided by divine wisdom. They're asking me for another card, and I don't know what they're asking, where they're asking it from. Oh, okay. Okay. So perhaps this is, yeah, Friday the 13th. It's our day to be woman, to be women. Ah, again, number 3. How many times have we got that here? You know, creation, excitement, southwest, South is the direction of the child, full of joy, the purity of heart. Remember when we were told to release, and the message that came through was to release anything that is in the way of us experiencing the purity of our heart, the joy, the innocence, the creation, the imagination. Hi, 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 Milos. Happy to see you here at the end. I was alone for a long time here, it seemed. And then Jennifer showed up, and now you, and now we're almost done, Milos. But, this is really about us tapping into that joyful energy. And again, I keep coming back to this Eye of the Needle card because they're really saying, it's like, what do you intend to bring to the human experience? What do you intend to experience while in human form? Just done for now. um, but what do we intend to experience? How do we um, yeah, and 3 is the number of the Empress, right? And the Empress is the embodiment of the divine feminine, the divine mother. And the Empress always sits upon her throne. And I envision it a throne made of branches and just growing with beautiful vines and flowers all over it. That's how I see the Empress. And yeah, and we all want it all, don't we? And so this is like about us claiming our Empress status. And how long has that message been coming through for us? A month? Maybe 6 weeks? This is like we are ready to move into Empress status. And perhaps this is a weekend for us to, again, just, we've been doing a lot of cleanup through the spring and summer of 2024. It's been like a 6-month journey from the Pisces new moon of March 10th to the Pisces full moon of the 17th. And so for many of us, who can resonate, who resonate with those timelines of big stuff coming up in March. It was horrific. March was like, I was like, what the heck is going on? And yet it was the catalyst to 33 years of a life lived. So there were things that needed to be addressed. There was healing that needed to take place. There was things that needed to be acknowledged. Forgiveness and compassion really needed to come into play. And so here, as we approach the harvest moon, which is a lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces at the moon of 20, with the 25-degree moon, 25, our physical body, we're going to be feeling it different in our body. Perhaps a good reflection for you would be to reflect upon how you felt through March, April, May, June, July, August, and now September. How are you feeling? Do you feel the growth? Do you feel the changes? Personally, I'm not quite sure who I am anymore. Well, I do know who I am because I'm still Lisa Lyle. Oh, I'll have to get that. That's my son's father, but you see, I've got the circus music for him. Anyways, I'm gonna call him back. So it's like, we're reacquainting ourselves with ourselves. We've integrated, we've released so much, and now there's all this space that we've created within that is going to be filled with the good stuff that's going to sustain us and take us forward. So get out there and play today. Play with your bare feet on the mother. I'm going to get out there and do a little bit of playing for the next hour or so before the job calls. But I don't think I'm going to be live tomorrow because I do have some stuff to move over to the new place. And so I'm going to aim to be live back here with you Sunday morning at 11:11 a.m. So until then, everyone, at 40:04 and 4 viewers and 4 thumbs up, the angels are with us. We're guided, loved, and protected. And it's really important that we get clear right now and really create space and seeds of intentions for what we truly desire. That's based on the purity of your beautiful heart, my beautiful heart. And there we go. We're moving on up to the 5th dimension, right? We've had enough of this play in the 3 and 4D. It's so toxic. It's so, people, we've got it so wrong. We've got to go back to the simplicity and joy of simply being children of light, children of God, here for an experience of delight. So use this Friday the 13th, the day of the goddess, the day of the feminine essence, and then we get this card to highlight it, right? Use this day to love yourself up. Use this day to begin to open to receive to all the love that is right here for all of us here and now. Please, I hope if nothing else, you feel the love oozing from my heart to yours, because you know what? We are doing this. Our dreams are coming true. We are the seeds of change, and we are the change that the world has been waiting for. Rise up, sisters, rise up, and know that our dear divine brothers are also rising and supporting us as well. So, with that being said, everyone, I see you, I feel you, I love you. If you'd like to work with me more personally, a link in the comments below to my website for readings, healings, and of course, for those of you who donate, thank you so much for doing that. The link is always on the homepage of the website. So until Sunday morning, everyone, be good to you. Take some time, me talks, really get into your feels, get into the feels of it all, and release anything that is blocking the purity and the joy of that beautiful heart of the child that beats within you. I see you, I feel you, I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.